What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Believes Crypto Show, where we talk about major crypto events in the crypto space and we focus on trading. My name is Believes and I'm your host of this journey. So please do me the favor of a like button, a subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified, and we're going to kick this off with the information that you need to know. We're going to skip a few of the news articles and we're going to get focused on trading right after the jump.
It's your boy Bleeves. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Everybody listen up. Financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. I'm always right. Even when the market's sideways, I'm always right. I'm looking for ways to get. I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm always right.
And with the holidays over, we're going to end it with that final Christmas intro. Now we got to come up with something new. I don't know if we're going to do Valentine's Day, but thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming by. Let's talk about what's going on in the market right now. Folks, I gave you an update a couple of hours ago where I said I think this is going to be a bullish week right now. So far, the bullish highlights are strong institutional and corporate buying. MicroStrategy just made its largest Bitcoin purchase since July of 2025, buying 13,627 Bitcoin worth $1.25 billion, which solidifies its position as the top corporate Bitcoin holder. Bitcoin has a technical rebound. It's trading around 91, 92,000 right now, forming a bullish reversal pattern. Hold on. Hey, I'm live. Check your message though. Analysts see high odds of pushing towards 100 to 107,000 in relief rallies. Guys, I told you 107,000 was coming over a week ago. Ethereum momentum is starting to build with compressed triangle patterns suggesting an impending breakout. Standard Chartered is now predicting Ethereum could outperform Bitcoin. And they're not saying it's going to outperform Bitcoin now. They're saying through 2030, they think that Ethereum could outperform Bitcoin. Also, Monero hit an all-time high of 596. Zcash had a nice little rally off of its dump based on Josh Schweihert and the entire ECC team leaving. Railgun has been having one. And don't forget Midnight, and that's going to bring us to something very important when we talk about Midnight. Now, we don't have information. I don't have clearance right now, but there is some underlying rumbling of some interesting things that could be happening. So if you have not already, I'm going to suggest to you, maybe you should pick up a bag of Definity. Remember Definity? We talked about it a while back. There's some underlying sentiment right there that seems to be pretty positive about a catalyst that might be coming in the next couple of days, weeks, or months that might be too big to overlook. So I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm not saying that you should buy any, but I just bought myself $5,000 worth. Okay. And you guys know I'm stingy, but I bought $5,000 worth and I'm going to hold on because I think something big is coming. Now, in the bearish category, the ETF outflows were pretty bad last week, but we've seen some positives in it. Also, altcoins not really breaking out like we would like to see. We continue to get liquidity sucked out of them. We've got regulatory headwinds. Tennessee issued a cease and desist for major prediction platforms, Kalshi and Polymarket, over unlicensed operations, which is great. You guys know I do not like that. Broader U.S. policy debates continue. Charles Hoskinson is criticizing Kalshi and Polymarket, just saying that they are just extractive tools to pull out liquidity from markets. And then there's still the Fed. There's still a couple different things. So overall, we're in a scenario in which I think we're bullish ultimately, but we've got some bearish stuff that's been playing out for a little while. So I'm not really sure exactly how this, not really sure how it's going to end, but, and that's a mighty big but, we'll see. We will see what happens over here. So let's talk trading right now. Let's get into it right now. Here's our setup for Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin doing pretty well. Listen, the day was a pretty good day to start off with. We were up at one point up to 20 or 30 billion dollars on the day before the markets closed. And as soon as the markets closed, that $30 billion wiped out. Wiped out. Why did that happen? That's going to be Jane Street. That's going to be Wintermute. That's going to be your market makers selling off to try to keep the price down because something is coming. Okay, they're trying to exhaust people. But the Asian markets and the European markets are not really having it right now. So what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin is very, very simple. I think you're in a good entry position right now. So if you were to take a position right now, I would not use leverage on this. I would only use leverage if we get a dip down into this range right here. And I don't know that we're not going to do that, okay? Or if we break above 94 and then have a test back down here, then 94.1 is going to be your entry position. So don't use leverage right now, but I would go ahead and buy some Bitcoin and hold it to 94,000, 94,160. Let it ride up. Maybe it hits 95,000. You see this little wick over here, right around 96.7, just kind of in that range right there. Could see it do that. Now, the other thing is, if it actually breaks out, then it's going right there, 99,400. Again, should be a nice opportunity for you to make a few bucks off of it. So I would get some Bitcoin right now for a move. Now, again, do not use leverage until you get to this green line or this green line. That's your go zone for a leverage position. Now, in the event that you reject off of 94,001, it wouldn't be a bad move to short the market, considering that it could come down to 85,000 one last time. Okay, could go lower than that, by the way. The market is still the market, and you know how these shady people act. Next up, Ethereum. Ethereum is kind of meandering right here in the middle. So what I'm looking at right now is, until the line breaks, it is the line, right? So what we've got right now is we've got a trend, an upside trend that's playing out. And the question is, will it continue? Now, in looking at the market all the way back here into October and September, we didn't have an alarming uptrend or a reasonable uptrend to speak of. We had a surge and then we had a dump. Now, because of that, if we were to say, well, our impulse move, you got 1, 2, 3 impulse moves right there, breaking into that new all-time high. Then you had Eric Trump say never short Ethereum right before Wintermute dunked on him. Unbelievable. Like if you didn't listen to Eric Trump or you did the inverse Eric Trump, then guess what? You made a bunch of money. You made a bunch of money. But we're talking about going long right now, or at least we're talking about the position. So what I would look for is a move back down to this line one more time, maybe down 3,040, 3,050. That would be an entry position, and then I would long my way up to 3,500, which I think 3,500 is coming very, very soon. We've already gone back to 35 once. We got a weaker rally right after that. You can see that we've also got this little trend line kind of playing out right here, but we're so close to it right now. We're in the breakout zone, this little zone right here. We've got this upward trend, this downward trend, and there's not much more room right here before a breakout is imminent one way or another. And if it's a breakout to the upside, 3,500. If it break out to the downside, then 2,800. 2,800 is where you're going to go long. Next up is Solana. Solana did exactly what I told you it was going to do. So if you listen to me, then take your victory lap and take your profit right now. We're going to remove that line. We had our move today. Took it up to 144.71. Got us exactly where we were supposed to be. So this is where you take your profit. Now, it did not break above. Because it did not break above, then we're looking at maybe shorting this market. Or if you're going to buy more, I would wait and give it a chance for a Fibonacci. And that's going to be around $131, $128, somewhere in that range right there. So if I'm looking to make a buy, then I'm going to set bids right in that little range right there. So currently trading at 139. Look for an opportunity to get in at 131 all the way down to 128. And then you should see a reversal and a nice uptrend. Now, for leverage position, if it breaks down here, enter your leverage position right here. If it breaks above here and comes back down like this, then you enter a long position here. So those are your two positions right now for Solana. For XRP, I took a long position today on XRP at $2.05 earlier today. And so far, it's been okay, not great. It did surge up to around $2.10 for a little while, and I think my profit margin on it was, I want to say around 15% maybe. I'm only using 3x leverage, but it looked like it was starting to move, and I thought that based on this right here, based on the fact that we had this full move right here, and based on the fact that we moved down into this Fibonacci zone right here, into this golden zone, I thought that we would probably have a move up here to $2.27. So that's where my take profit is set right now, $2.27. I'll let you know if it plays out. But I'm long on Ethereum right now, or I'm long on XRP right now. Now, it did what I told you it was going to do. So let's take the other piece. It went up, it came back down. It's now on the support line right here at 205, which to me means the next surge, 270. So I think that it's getting ready to surge to 270. Now, if it does surge to 270, I will miss that move because my take profit is set at 227. But if it goes 227 and then dips down like a normal crypto does, and it doesn't just break out, then I'll have an entry position somewhere around 205 one more time, maybe 210, something like that, just to see if I don't get a little bit of opportunity right there. So again, I think this is a perfect entry. Even if you're using leverage position right now, it's a perfect entry point. Now, the one thing that you got to concern yourself with, MACD is about to have a bearish crossover. So that might be an obstacle. I don't think that it's a big obstacle, but it is an obstacle. So and you're neutral on the RSI, so I'm not really too worried about those. Tau 281, the outflow on it is not as tremendous over here, but it is overbought on the RSI, so we could see it come down. Now, we've seen that before, and it hasn't really mattered, and it keeps breaking out. So, and I've got new BitTensor content coming out to you guys within the next 48 hours, I think. But you can see right here, it's just kind of consolidating up there at the top of that range without having a breakout. So until it breaks above 305, we're not buyers right now. I'm just a holder of what I already have. I'm not buying any more. So we'll see how this plays out. I think that once we break above 305, maybe come up into this range right here, around 350, that will come back down to 305, and that's going to be a perfect long position for entry right there. Now, if I'm wrong and the market breaks down, then I would look at this sort of, I would look at this aggressively, because remember, it's pretty aggressive the way that it moves. So if I'm aggressive on it, then see a breakdown here to around 236, 237, and then a very strong bounce back up to 305 from there. If it does break down that way, then I'm going long on it at that level. So, and by the way, if you want to go long, KCEX is your place to go, or Weeks over here. We're also using MargX, and if you want to track your trades, track my trades up there. And if you want to see where to enter and where your buys and get the signal indicator, Crusader signals up there at the top. We're going to talk about those in just a few moments. Now let's move on to BNB. But before BNB, Risk-based gaming and prediction markets are all the rage, and that's where TerraCasino.io comes into play. Guys, the smart money is in TerraCasino.io. Are you smart right now? If you do, you already got a login. If you're not, it's time to smarten up and get yourself a login. Go to TerraCasino.io and sign up today. Link in the description down below and start your risk-based gaming adventure right now. If you're trading meme coins or utility coins, and I do have a list, you know what the list is, but Terraport.finance is your place to go. They have everything you need. They have a deep pool of liquidity, and Terra Luna Classic is blowing up right now. You've seen the charts. And if you're trying to track your trades, then TrackMyTrades.ai is the place to go. Link in the description down below. You can track all of your trades. You can find out how successful you've been, and an automated tracker is available to you by subscription. All you have to do is sign up today. Traders everywhere are quitting their jobs left and right because this new trading indicator just turned TradingView into a profit printing machine. This is the best trading indicator that I have ever seen. This beast scans every market on TradingView, crypto, forex, stocks, you name it, it will find you entry points, and it's going to pinpoint high probability reversal zones, and it's going to do it in real time. You're looking at it on the screen right now. In fact, not only does it give you that, but it gives you sell strength indicators, and it bases them on when you should be selling after you're being asked to enter a trade. With a 90% success ratio, can you afford not to get involved on this? I'm going to ask you. This Crusader Signals indicator is the indicator that makes legends. Grab it now, link below. Don't trade blindly. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be checking this out, true believers, for the next couple of months. Guys, I think this is the next great indicator. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right. So you just sell some Crusader Signals because it's a great one, okay? And it helps me when I design some of these and I tell you guys where I think these entry positions are. So BNB broke above, and it's doing exactly what we said was the move here. It's breaking above, and it's consolidating on the top. So go long on BNB right now. In my opinion, it's about to break out, and we're about to see a big move for BNB. Everything is lining up, by the way. I mean, if you start to zoom out here, there were plenty of people when this market was at an all-time high around October, before Winter Mute dumped. Before all that happened, we were in a really good place, okay? And now we've dealt with the fallout. But guess what? That fallout seems to be pressing back upwards. The sellers are getting tired. We're starting to see the breakdown here. And I think when that breakdown happens, we're probably going to see a nice move towards that upside. So I would be looking for upside momentum to start happening right now. And while we're at it, let's talk about the official Joe. What's going on? Latama, what's going on? We got Stefan Crypto, and we've got Penguin in the house. What is going on? And yeah, so Definity is sponsoring me one more time here. This is going to be a long term. This is a 6-month partnership with Definity. But guys, listen. I think something's going on with Definity, which is why they finally reached out after having not reached out for a while. So I'm going to implore you, do your own research, figure out for yourself if that's the investment for you. But it would not hurt you to have a few $100 worth of Definity right now, because I think they've got something big in the bag. I just don't know what it is yet. But they seem to be super pumped and super excited about what the future has. And like the immediate future, not the, 9 to 12 months to 18 months to now 24 months of dev. None of that. Like I think they're imminent. Just not sure yet. So you should get some though. All right, so enter BNB right now. Buy yourself a little BNB. Now, I'm not bullish on Avalanche. I've just shown you Bitcoin, a bullish scenario, a bullish setup. Ethereum, a bullish scenario, a bullish setup. Solana, a bullish scenario and a bullish setup. XRP, a bullish scenario and a bullish setup. Tau, same thing. BNB, same thing. Avalanche, I'm not feeling right now. If you look at this right here, and by the way, I am a bull when it comes to Avalanche. I feel like this is going to be the big breakout star of the markets when it's time. When it's really... Look, it was at $146 back in the last bull run. Okay, it's at $13 right now. It's an easy 10x if the market just rotates the right way. And Avalanche is allowing people to build on their stack, their layer 1 stack. You can create your own coin. I could create a Believes coin right now to power my own blockchain and ecosystem through Avalanche. It would not be paired, by the way, with Avalanche. It would be my own coin. So the only pairing would be if it was on exchanges. So that's how serious these guys are. So I think that matters, and I think that means something. And they've got major video games. They've got major stores. They've got major shopping centers that are partnering with them to do all kinds of different creative stuff here. So Avalanche, I think, is going to have a massive run coming soon. I just don't see it on the charts right now. Luna Classic, I think, is breaking out right now. You should buy some Luna Classic. Give it a little bit to marinate. I think it's going to run up to 4068, which right now would be about a 50% gain off of where it is right now. I think that's coming very, very soon. There's a bunch of underlying and underpinned stuff right now that I can't talk about because, until it comes up, really don't know. But I think there's going to be a big opportunity here. So I would suggest getting a little bit of Luna Class. Just have some exposure to it, just in case. Again, I wouldn't use leverage, but, it's a good opportunity. Trump is at 536 right now. Got a little surge off of this last bounce, but again, this falls in line with Avalanche. There's nothing bullish about what's happening with Trump right now. It looks like it's just another opportunity for a leg down until we get there, until we get an actual breakout. It was a strong bounce off of this line at 475, and it went up to 567. That's about 20%, but that's been all. And now it's just kind of consolidated sideways. If the market breaks out, I'm sure the Trump meme coin is going to break out with it. So I'm not really concerned too much, but I'm also not really recommending. I wouldn't use leverage on this at all. This one looks a little bit better, but I don't like the way that it still continues down and we're not really pushing back upwards real strongly. Near protocol, there's really hasn't been a bullish AI. Now, Tau looks good, but it doesn't, it's not zooming like some of these other ones. I feel like there's something there that's missing right now in the AI market for crypto. So even though it looks bullish, you look at Tau versus this, much stronger rebound already. So near protocol, not nearly as strong a breakout there, but still a breakout. And if you break it down, it's $1.68 right now. If you go back to the previous top of the market, near protocol was at 20 something dollars here. Why does this keep disappearing, by the way? I don't understand why. I had margins, top, text, okay. Watermark is set, scales and lines. High-low keeps getting hidden right there. I don't understand why. All right, so $20.60 was the previous top. It's at $1.60 right now. It's about 18x away from 17x away from an all-time high. And if it goes to its all-time high, that's easy money. So if you look at it across the board, it's a perfect time to buy. So I would be looking at this as an opportune moment to buy some near, but I'm not feeling a bullish breakout from it just yet. I'm not really feeling that. We did get the move from the bottom to the top over here. We got rejected off of it. Just not feeling that next move yet. So again, if you get a little break above, then we're bullish because we're going to enter along at that position. If it breaks down here again at $1.40, $1.45, then we're going to get bullish on it again one more time right there. Ondo is go long on Ondo. I feel like you come back here and you look at it just from this distance, from this range. You didn't get the big break that you wanted right there. What ended up happening though was let's call it for what it is. It's a very tight little lane right there. See how it just kind of tightened up in that window? Where what you want to see is you want to see a break above. You want to see a break to this range right here, which is like right about there. That's the kind of breakout that you want to see, but we're not getting it, and we're not getting this one right here at 54 cents either. So this is a great time to enter Ondo. But again, I wouldn't use leverage at this point. Pendle, I think Pendle is ready for that break above. Again, everything right here is calling for an altcoin season. Everything right now is just calling for an altcoin season. Pendle, if we look at it, we're looking at the bottom over here, and we're looking for, where are we? So we set up right there, I want to say. That looks pretty good. Then we want to look at the next little range. The next little range is going to be right there. So when we look at it from that context, what do we see? We see that we didn't quite make it to the top. So strength is an issue. It's trying to recover right now, but still everything just kind of still feels a little bearish. So we're not getting the strong breakout. However, if we look at it from a shorter time frame, we look at it from this, it is breaking towards the upside. So maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe we're going to see Pendle have a nice little breakout. Next up is SWE. SWE is meandering right now. Let's remove this right here because that's no longer valid. What we did get is we got a break to this range right here, this little previous range right there. Not a fan of that move, but that was the only move that we got. I would like to see a little bit of move up towards this higher range. Until we get up there, I'm still not feeling SWE right now. Not feeling it at all. Dev had a break back above. You can see this right now. We had a nice little breakout earlier today off of a dip down to 16. Ran all the way back up to almost 20 cents before coming back down. Sellers just keep stepping in. The people who get their allotment on the 7th just continue to sell. So hydrate. So I'm not gonna look. If you want to buy some dev, buy some dev. I'm just not sure when it's going to break out. I mean, look, they gave us a date and then they flubbed the date at the end. So I don't know. Doesn't change my bullish synopsis on dev, by the way. I'm still in the game. I still believe that this is going to be one of those magical ones, but I also believe that Fias is going to do the same thing. And Fias has come back down. Remember I told you guys to buy over here. When it comes down here, always buy. Well, it came close this last time here, a couple days ago. I'm looking for it to break back down. I'm hoping that I get an opportunity right down here. Guys, I'm just going to tell you, if it comes down to 1 cent again, bet the farm on Fias, because it continues to have these enormous runs. Every time it finds a bottom, it runs super hard. Okay, so be shrewd. But 1.01 cents, 1.1 cents, something like that. Buy some. I think it'll come down here, and then wham, it'll be back up here before you know it. So I think it's easy money at this point. So just my opinion, by the way. Definity, same thing over here with Definity. Now it broke down. I had this channel. It broke down below the channel. I'm expecting a breakout. Okay. Now, if we're being honest, we change this to this. Now, where are we at? Right? We are at the bottom right now. What happens every time it hits this bottom? Even on this bottom right here, it ran up. What's that percentage right there? Even though it's a small one. 131%. From the bottom. How much did it run this last time it came over here? 290% from the bottom. We're at the bottom right now. I suspect this is going to happen. Again, I suspect that we're going to see a nice little 3 or 4 or 5x on Definity over the next couple weeks. Okay. That's a guess, but I think that's going to happen. Aerodrome Financial has broken down completely to the point that it's still got this trend line. You can see the white trend line right there. But we're not seeing a lot of excitement, enthusiasm right now. So Aerodrome, despite being one of the bigger lenders, we're just not feeling it right now. So what does that mean? Well, since this broke down, we can look at it from a longer time frame and look at it like that and say, well, you know, I get this long consolidation thing happening. Right now is as good an entry position as any. Could still come down a little bit. Don't use leverage. But buying a little bit of Aerodrome right now, I think is a pretty wise move. When we get altcoin season, and we will get altcoin season, when we get altcoin season, Aerodrome is going to be one of the premier ones. Because remember, Aerodrome is on the base network, and it's an institutional lender. So once we get the Clarity Act, and once we get clarity, once we understand the guardrails for crypto that the United States is going to give us, then guess what? Then the wheels are going to be off, okay? And we're going to fly. And when we fly, Aerodrome is going to be one of them that flies. Institutional money is where it's at. Same thing for API 3. I'm not feeling API 3 just yet, but it did just bounce off of the bottom. I would suspect the last time it bounced off of the bottom, where did it go? It went from here to 200%. Then it came back down. We got a fake out. Didn't quite make it down there, but then it ripped up 230%. Then, off of the last wick down at the bottom, which was the Wintermute one, went up 87%. Now, so far from this bottom, it's up 18% right now. Still a lot of opportunity right there to grab yourself some more API 3. Aster, I'm not feeling Aster at all. There's no bullish scenario playing out on Aster unless you consider sideways good. And by that, we come down here and go right here and say, well, it's kind of stayed at this level for a while. Probably can't go any lower. So, and we could be seeing retail spark its way back into the market. And if it does, Aster would be a good one for a pump. So if you're going to buy some Aster, right now would be a great time to buy Aster. Centrifuge, trading under everything. So we're not going to talk about that one. Conflux, same thing. We're not going to talk about that one. Chainlink, we're going to move on to. Chainlink is looking a little more bullish, but still not really getting, like, I would like to see some kind of breakout on all of these. And, you know, when you look at it from a percentage base, remember we just showed 100%, we showed 200%. This one's 27, 28. So the market is not really excited about Chainlink yet. Maybe a 4x to get back to the all-time high. Be about the best we could hope for. When you zoom out long term and you look at it now, guess what? Looks super bullish. And by the way, look at the symmetry on this. I'm just going to show you something here that I just noticed here. Look at this. That is playing out perfectly. That really is playing out perfectly. So I expect to see a pretty big move. I suppose if you're looking at it from being on the bottom here, if you're at the bottom of this range right now, I suppose this is as good an entry position as any. So if you're going to buy a bag of Chainlink right now, probably is the time to buy. While we're at it, let's move on to the next piece, which is Total DeFi over here. Let's look at that on the weekly. This is excluding stable coins, by the way. So looking pretty good. Now we're looking for Total DeFi. Looking good. Now we're looking for total excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting here. This is a weekly chart, okay? I want you to see what happens, okay? We get a move here. Takes a little while to break out, but we get a move here. Wham, we get a breakout. We get a move here. Wham, we get a breakout. We get a fake back down, and then we get the breakout. We're here again I suspect that we're about to see in the next, 3 months, we're going to see an altcoin season. Like, everything's lined up right now for an altcoin season. So it would occur to me that if you are looking for an altcoin season, you're about to get one. It really kind of looks like that. Now, of course, the market reset about 35 minutes ago. There's no real runners that we're seeing. MK's up 1.7% on the day. Cortex actually is up 5% on the day right now. Electronium is up 2%. Avantis is up 2%. Start seeing a little bit of movement, but you're not seeing anything special, just really kind of breaking out right there. On our memes, Slay kind of sitting around 40,000 market cap. MK sitting at a 7.8 million market cap, which is, by the way, look at this right here. It now has a higher market cap than Volt. And I'm not sure what happened with Volt, but Volt has been dumping super hard lately. And remember, it wasn't that long ago, Volt was over a 10 million market cap. And it's just kind of collapsing right now. I see a lot of activity on Volt, but I don't see any execution on Volt. So I would not recommend that as a buy, not right now. Like to see something happen with it, but I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm still kind of monitoring URM. Haven't seen anything happen with it, but I got it on my list here. And Blocky, I'll tell you this. I think Blocky will have a nice little run soonish. So if you were buying today at 33,000 market cap, actually it's probably a pretty good entry position for you. You know what I mean? Like this is probably a really good spot to get in, because I could see this thing going back up to 1 million market cap. And that's about a 33x from where it is right now. In about a week and a half, 2 weeks, things are going to change, I think, for Blocky a little bit. I don't know if that means 1 million market cap, but you might see it run up to 50, 60, 70, 100, 200,000 market cap, something like that. You might see an easy 5 to 10x on Blocky over the next 2 weeks or so. I'm not telling you that it will. I'm not sure yet. But certainly is an opportune moment here to at least consider getting yourself a bag. I really think that it's going to have a little bit of a move. Right now it's in hibernation because, just like the rest of the market, Roger's waiting for something to move. And I think that they're going to start moving very, very soon. So that's it, guys. That's the show. I hope you like the difference here. We're just going to cover some of the news, and then we're going to talk trade setups. KCEX is where you go for trading. If you want to help me, the easiest way you can help me is all of these sponsors right here. Buy something from these sponsors. Go sign up for KCEX. Go sign up at Weeks. Go use Terra Casino. Go to Terraport to trade your Terra Luna Classic. You want to track your trades, do it at trackmytrades.ai. Crusader Signals if you want the #1 premier indicator in all of crypto. And Definity is back aboard, so and they've got something going on. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it'll be awesome. Maybe it won't. I just don't know yet. This market is and has been very, very difficult. But here's what I'm going to say about Definity. The cool thing about Definity is that it's generating something like $60 million worth of revenue last year. It does Forex trading, and it is a massive Forex trader. There's just no incentive for the Definity token at this point, not yet. So there will be very, very soon, at least in my estimation. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And remember, none of this is financial advice.